Taco Tuesday. Watch your taco. Watch your taco. Macho, macho, taco, macho. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Trump news, Trump news, Trump news, Trump news. Shout it out over the YouTube. Shout it out over the YouTube. Trump news, Trump news, Trump news. Giving Democrats the boo-hoo-hoo blues. That's what we do every day. And Tuesday is a day. Oh, Tuesday is a day like Monday was a day. Tuesday is a day, every day's a day. We going in, all the way in, up, down, around the town, man. Let's get down, man. Perfect timing podcast. Hey, double tap, hit the like. Who gonna be first in the podcast? Who gonna be first in the chat? Who gonna be first in the stream? I don't know. Who gonna be first? I'm gonna shout them out, man. It's a race. It's a race. It's a race to the chat. The number one live stream is live. Trump news, the number one live stream, the number one podcast. Let everybody know, man. Tap the screen, share the show, man. Let's get it started, man. Back at it like a crack at it. Automatic like a fomatic, built from tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Timing Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last, so we gonna get this done real fast. Yo, we back at it again, man. Yes, man. First in the chat, man. Relax and talk sports, man. Hit that like button, it's free. Hit the like button, it's free, man. You know where they got the people up there in the thumb. Go ahead and touch the thumb. If you're on the cell phone, I've been teaching you about the ellipsis, but today I've been supporting some other content creators. And from the black couch in the building. Good afternoon. It's top of the mid-morning, man. I made it, man. We got 6 minutes till noon. I made it, man. It's still top of the mid-morning. It ain't afternoon yet, man. It's the mid-morning, man. The black couch is in the building. Relax and talk sports is in the building. They liking up the stream right now. Double tap, hit the like, share, subscribe. If you already subscribed to your guy, you enjoy the chat, you enjoy the banter, you enjoy the podcast, go ahead and hit the join, because when you subscribe, they're going to say, would you like Ozzy Cosby? Hey, what's up, brother? As I give out the spiel for the $2 holla, the summer special. Y'all know my birthday is on Friday, August 15th. Big birthday coming up. Check this out, man. I got a magical August summertime special. $2 holla. You see how Ozzy is lit up in the chat? Ozzy is lit up green. He got the special badges. He got the ability to use special emojis, gift out memberships. You want to be like Ozzy Cosby right now. You want to join the channel. It's only $2. Participate, support, get the special emojis, fire up the chat. Let's get it going. We got a fire podcast today, man. Again, so when you reading is fundamental. When you read and do your research and you stay abreast upon issues, it's funny how things come right back around, because we're living in a cycle, a perpetual cycle of news that's been generated by AI clips. But you have to pay attention to the actual news. You have to pay attention to what people actually say. And today, they got caught up again. Woo, they got caught up again. It's so much going on today, you guys. It's so much going on. We still got Jasmine Crockett, and we still got the runaway Democrats. We still got the runaway Democrats have not came back and did their job. That's paramount. Tuesday morning. People in Texas. Now, you know what hasn't been talked about? Flood victims. Yesterday, I talked about Los Angeles Democratic policies leading to fire hydrants running dry. Ain't that funny how Gavin Newsom said, oh, I'm going to take 5 seats back. Gavin Newsom, how about 5 fire hydrants? How about 5 working fire hydrants? Could you do that? How about fire engines? How about water? How about water when the city is burning down to the ground? See, Democratic policy led to LA burning down to the ground because Democrats weren't doing policy. Democrats were helping your feelings. Democrats were reading books in the library that parents didn't want read to children. Democrats were reading adult books in schools, but they were not making sure LA and Eden had water and fire hydrants. In fact, a matter of fact, I said the mayor of LA gave away 9 fire engines to the Ukraine right before the fire. So that's Democratic policy. So now what do you have in Texas? You have another beautiful, and then there is there is something that you need to recognize. I'm not allowed to say it because I'm a black man, but there is something that is similar with the mayor of LA, the mayor of DC, the chief of police in DC, Jasmine Crockett. There are some similarities there that you need to pay attention to when you go to the voting box. I'm going to pay attention. Jasmine Crockett now, just like the mayor of LA, who didn't want to arrest illegal cartel members and cause the riot. Do you know that LA mayor is the reason we had a riot in LA? Trump didn't go to LA to cause a problem. Trump went to LA because we all know LA is full of criminals. Don't we all know LA is full of criminals? If you want a fake Louis Vuitton, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the fashion district. If you want a fake Versace, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the fashion district. And what did the Homeland Security guy say? He said, we went to LA because those counterfeit goods are used to fund crime. But guess what? I live in California. We already knew that. We all know that. I was happy that Trump's DOJ and Homeland is doing a good job because I know if I want a fake Louis Vuitton purse, I go to LA. Now, where does the money go from a fake Louis Vuitton purse? Does anybody know? I know where the money goes for a fake Louis Vuitton purse. Let me tell you, it doesn't go in the bank because it can't go in the bank. Did anybody ever think about that? Money from a fake Louis Vuitton purse cannot go in the bank. So where's that money going? Where's the money going from all the fake Louis Vuitton, the fake Versace? Huh? Where's the money going? I'm going to tell you where the money going. The money is going to crime. The money is going to cartels. The money is going to illegal marijuana. And that's what the FBI and the DOJ and Trump already knew. So that's why we went to LA. We didn't go to LA to be making a problem. We went to LA because that's where the crime is. We went to LA because that's where the crime is. We went to LA because that's where the cartel has a shop in America. The cartel has carte blanche to do what they want in an American city. Thank God Trump is brave enough to face it head on and be honest about the truth, what's going on in American cities. We didn't go to LA to start a problem. We went to LA because that's where the crime is. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows that the cartel is in control of certain American cities on the border, like LA, like El Paso. We know this already. So why whine and cry? Why get on a private plane and go to Illinois instead of doing your job in Texas? So now, Jasmine Crockett, not doing your job. Democrats, not doing their job. LA mayor, not doing their job. So this morning, we're going to have a little, let's go, MAGA. Let's go, MAGA. Let's go, MAGA. Let's go, MAGA. I see you in the building, Circus. I see you, Victor. I see you in the building. Join the channel, man. I see the badges. $2 holla, join the channel. Double tap. Everybody, I need 100 likes on the double. We need 100 likes. We don't got enough likes, man. Hit the like button. It's free. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. It's free. Today, we're going to have a little bit of fun. Because remember yesterday I said, you guys, I need you to take notes on my predictions because we've had several predictions on this channel come true. So do you want to start with Nancy Pelosi being exposed, or do you want to start with the DC takeover? I'm the first black conservative on YouTube to discuss the DC takeover. It blew up yesterday. I talk about the DC takeover. Everybody talking about the DC takeover. I highlight the incompetency of Democratic mayors, black female Democratic city girl mayors across the nation. Y'all remember that girl? What's the girl outside of Chicago? Dalton, the city girl mayor in Dalton, spending up millions of dollars going to Vegas. Did they get rid of her yet? You got all these city girl mayor in DC, city girl mayor in LA. You got Fannie Willis. I'm talking about it. I got to talk about it. I got to tell the truth. I got to tell the truth because these DEI hires have been put up in your face to make you upset and to make you think that America is mediocre. No, I'm going to play a video from the chief of police, and it's the same thing with the chief of police of Memphis. This is why this is why people mad at Trump. How can you be mad at Trump? Be mad at the chief of police. Can we put the blame where it belongs? Can we put the blame where it belongs on Tuesday morning on the top of the mid-morning podcast? Can we put Pelosi? Thank you. Come on, Osby Crosby. I came to this channel for the facts. Can we put the blame where it belongs? The chief of police is responsible for crime. The chief of police makes a lot of money. Do you know how the chief of police makes? So we got to hold the chief of police accountable. The mayor of the city is the boss of the chief of police. So why is everybody upset at Donald Trump for the failure of the DC mayor, the failure of the DC chief? Can we have an honest talk this morning? Because if the chief of police in Chocolate City, if the mayor, both chocolate women, did their job, you wouldn't need Trump to come in and wipe your ass like everything else. And then you get mad. You mad at Trump because carjacking. How can you be upset when someone saves you? How can you be upset? You need help. I played a video where you were begging for help. My channel, my audience has been educated on the truth. DC did not happen overnight. DC did not start with big balls. Can we say thank you, big balls? Can we get a shout out to big balls? Can we say get well soon, big balls? Can we send out prayers and blessings to that young girl who was traumatized by the carjacking? Because a lot of things are not being talked about because she's going to have to go to counseling. She's going to have to deal with trauma from that carjacking. Everything the Democrats do is steered toward anger and fear. But the truth is a young man saved a young girl, and we should be proud about being Americans this morning. I said a young man on his way from work. There's so much to be proud about this moment. A young man on his way from work saved a young girl. He didn't get scared. He didn't run away. You remember the police in front of that school in Texas and they stayed outside for 45 minutes? All those police officers got fired. Remember Donald Trump said, fire those police officers. They was cowards. They didn't go into that school. Well, big balls had big balls. I said big balls had big balls. It was a joke. Why they call you big balls? Well, he showed why they call them big balls. And he stepped in while a girl was being carjacked. But it didn't start with big balls because I can go back and I showed you the data. We didn't just talk. It's not just a black guy who looks very handsome, and I do look very handsome, talking shit on YouTube. No, I showed my audience the actual numbers, the graphs, the uptick of 35%, 40% in violent crimes in DC. Now, the Democrats will say, well, murder rates have gone down. True. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not going to give you one side. I'll be honest, murder rates have gone down in DC. But the brazen crime, I played a video where and this week, someone was shot. The assailant got out of the car and stood over the victim and emptied out the clip. The reporter asked the police, what's going on with this level of brazenness of crime? It seems like a different level of crime in DC. And the mayor and the chief had to admit they are experiencing, though murder rates have dropped, they are experiencing a different level of crime with teenagers. Hello, 14, 15, 16-year-old teenagers running in packs of 20, 30, and 50 all over DC, uncontrollable. What they will not admit why Trump brought in the National Guard is what I told you about Oakland. What did I tell you about Oakland and Vallejo and Flint? I said, we have the same problem in St. Louis. And I said, the problem is there's not enough police on the ground because there was a downstream negative effect of defund the police. There was a downstream negative effect of COVID policies on the police department. So you have less feet on the ground. So when you have 50 kids running around Chocolate City, everyone is saying, hey, just call the police. There's a big problem. The problem is there's not enough boots on the ground because defund the police did hurt the numbers in police departments. There's police departments in Seattle and Washington and even Fremont in California that are offering $2 million. It's not just ICE who can't hire. It's not just ICE who can't find the numbers. Police are low in numbers and they're ICE just lowered the age. There's no age limit to become an ICE officer. The same thing is happening in major cities across America. Police departments are suffering. Police departments, number one, most of major American cities are broke. Most major American cities do not have the tax base to support the fire department and the police. So you don't have enough police on the ground in Chocolate City. You don't have enough police on the ground in Oakland. The Oakland mayor said, at any given night, I got 200,000 people on the streets of Oakland. I only have 1,200 off. How many police are? Let's do it real right now. Everybody new to my channel, let me teach you how we do it. Let me show you how we do it on this channel. Because there's some people new to my channel. Let's say, what's the population of DC? You do it yourself in the chat. Everybody in the chat, follow me. I need 100 likes. 300 people watching, not enough likes. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Join the channel, like, share, and subscribe. We got to get this message out there. The way we do that is we hit the like button. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. Marie said hi. What's the population of people in DC? Not just black people, all people. Population of people in DC. Anybody got the number for me? What's the population? Come on, anybody got it? I'm going to get it first. Y'all should be faster than me. I'm a slow old man. Okay, DC population, 700,000 in 2024. Okay, DC population, somebody put it in the chat. Anybody got their iPhone? Hey, I know my audience skews a little bit older. What I need y'all to do, there's a ellipse that's in the top right-hand corner, and the super chat. What my super chats? I ain't hate nobody super chat. Donate, Cash App, $ Big D Rants. Put my Cash App in the chat, man. I'm a sheriff, deputy in NC. Oh, they going at it in the chat. Come on, join the channel, get them special emojis, man. I need that Cash App. I need that a super chat. I need more likes. We need 100 likes to get the show out there. Thank you, everybody, for watching, because it's real early and we got a lot of views. Thank you, everybody. 700,000 is the population in DC. So let's do some math. 700,000 is the population in DC. So how many police officers do they have in DC? This is what the mayor of Oakland, this is what I want to educate you guys today, because people are saying Trump is a bad guy, but Trump is the best president we've had. Trump is honestly helping. But if you don't know math, remember I gave you the math on the tariffs. Everybody is saying tariffs are going to be reciprocal and pass on the tax to you, but they won't do the math. We did the math. I showed you how inflation went up under Biden, but tariffs were zero. They didn't do the math. Again, with DC, with the DC takeover and DC needing more boots on the ground, no one did the math to find out if there's enough police to handle the uptick in crime in DC. 20, 30 teenagers running around. 50, they don't have enough. Let me back up what I'm saying. So 700,000 is the population in DC. So how many police officers? You can do it in the chat. How many police officers do they have in DC? Come on, everybody. How many police officers do they have? How many police are in DC? Come on, everybody. Let's answer. 3,100 police officers. Can we have a real talk this morning? Because I want my President Trump to get props. Mrs. Perfect Timing, throwing them original emojis in the chat. Hey, y'all join the channel, become a member, and you get access to that special emoji that I created for all of my channel members. Shout out to Mrs. Perfect Timing. Join the channel, get access to special emojis, badges. Check this out, man. Let's do the math. There are only, let's read it. The Metropolitan Police Department, District of Columbia, currently employs just over 3,100 sworn officers, according to recent press from Congressman Garbarino's office. That this is down. Listen, this is down. This is what I'm arguing. Because of defund the police and BLM Democratic Liberal protests, the numbers of DC police officers are down. Just like in Oakland, just like in every major city after BLM. Let's have a talk about defund the police. Can we talk about defund the police and what it did to inner cities? What it did to black communities? I'm black. I never wanted to defund the police. I knew defund the police would hurt the black community. Now you see young black kids running all over every city. These cities, people are terrified. You can't go get gas at night. This is down from 3,600 in 2020. That's before COVID. Do you understand? This is the reality in most American cities, that the police department was affected negatively by the pandemic, by BLM protests, by socialism and liberal policy, defund the police policies. So you say defund the police, but you want to be protected. So when you call 911, there's no one there anymore. 911 callers have been affected. We have less, so they're going to put AI. We don't have real people that can hear your fear. Real people on the other end of the phone and know you're scared and know you can't talk loud. It's going to be a computer. It's going to be a computer. So now we have American cities with less police officers. DC has less police officers, and we have a 40% uptick in violence. What do we do? To everybody who has the answer, to everybody who hates Trump, what do we do? Please tell me, what would you have Trump do? You have a 40%. Big Balls is almost beat to death, stopping a young woman from getting carjacked. The violence in DC has gone exponential. We got 30 teenagers running crazy, just breaking into cars, lawlessness. It's not an American city. This is the capital. The president is in the White House, and it's Haiti. People have compared it to Haiti and Jamaica. We have groups of teenagers running around the national capital, running around the national mall with complete lawlessness. And you may say, well, just call the police. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm the host. That's why I'm educating everybody this morning. There are 700,000 people in DC. I'm not even talking about DMV. Hello? Do you know what DMV is? Anybody from the DMV? I didn't look up the numbers of DC. I just looked up the numbers of the DMV. I just looked up the numbers of DC. So if DMV is this DC, Maryland, and Virginia, these surrounding areas, it's like the Bay Area. I'm from Northern California. We have Oakland, San Francisco, Richmond, Fairfield, San Jose, Santa Clara. It's a Bay Area. It's surrounding cities of the Bay Area. They're all connected, interconnected, right? So the DMV, you hear about the DMV a lot. I didn't even go into the minutia of the DMV. I went specifically to Chocolate City, DC, population, 700,000, number of police officers, less than 3,000. Tell me, how do you police a city of 700,000 with 3,000 officers? Let's do some science. Do you like Alton Brown? I love Alton Brown. I'm a chef. I love science. Can anybody answer that? Tell me, logistics. I'm a project manager. I'm a logistics by trade. How do you logistically, can somebody tell me logistically, how do you do that? How do you maintain safety in a city of 700,000 with 3,000 officers? Now, keep in mind, all of those 3,000 are not on the street. Let's ask AI, typically on a typical night, how many police officers are on the street? How many police officers typically are on the street? How many police are on the street, and you can do it for me at home, or on the street in DC on a typical night, on an average night, because it's not 3,000. And these numbers get scary. It's not 3,000. These numbers get scary. It's not 3,000. I know you know 3,000 police officers are not working all the time. Overall staffing, the Metropolitan Police Department reportedly has about 3,500 sworn officers, daily patrols. Answer suggesting that there might be 20 to 25 patrol officers in the field. I can't believe that's the right number. There might be 20 to 25 patrol officers in the field, with the number decreasing to 15 to 20 overnight. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Overtime use, regular overtime uses of the police department equivalent to an additional 300 to 500 officers, boosting the effective according to DC facts. So 500. I said Oakland got 700 police. So we talking about 500 police. That sounds about right. 500 police officers patrolling on a typical night in DC. I said 700 patrolling on a typical night in Oakland. So how do you police? This is why you got 30 kids running around, because 500 police cannot police 700,000 people just on an average night. And that's all overtime. So this is what I'm talking about. American cities being broke. You can't afford police. You can't afford the police. Do you guys know that? Do you know why the police went down in DC? Because you can't afford them. We have less police in DC because they cut the budget. Our budgets across the nation were cut after BLM protests and defund the police. Defund the police. So budgets were cut. They cut the budget of police. So they don't have enough money to put. So you might just say, get more. And now, think about this. Now that this happened, we can't hire. They are having real problems hiring. They offering millions of dollars to be a police officer, including your retirement, including your benefits, and just starting wages. Somebody look it up. I saw Fremont police $2 million, including benefits. They are offering money in Washington and Seattle, where they had the Tacoma, where they had an uptick in murder of 2,000%. Police are suffering. They are begging for more employees, but they can't even find them because the media in the last 10 years, they poison pen police. They poison pen being a politician. So young people don't want to be police officers. Young people don't want to go to the army. So the police are having a hard time hiring police officers. So it's not just the fact that we have less police officers. It's the fact that we can't hire new ones because the young people don't want to be police officers. So we have cities like DC suffering. You have single parent homes. Let's talk about the entire thing. Single parent homes, because we're having a problem with teenagers. Teenagers are doing the carjacking and they get out of jail and they do the crime again. 14, 15, 16-year-old teenagers running around in packs. Why aren't they in school? Why don't they have direction? Complete lawlessness. This is embarrassing. If you are not in America, this is the capital of the nation. It's not the capital of the state. This is the capital. America is the leader of the free world. Washington, D.C. is the capital of America. And this is the example. And people don't understand why the president, this is what's so crazy and outlandish to me. You don't understand why the president, the leader of the free world, would want to clean up DC. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. Do you remember when the president of China came to San Francisco and magically they got rid of all the homeless people? Does anybody remember that? Can we have a talk about Democrats? See, it's different when the Democrats do it. The same thing with Texas. The same thing with Texas and Jasmine Crockett in these redistribution of seats. They did it in Illinois. They did it in California. Now, do you remember the same thing that's happening in DC? The Democrats, Gavin Newsom and the mayor of San Francisco did the same thing. Can we be honest? I just want to have an honest talk about America. I love America. I don't hate Democrats. I love America. I love everybody watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'm not an angry person. I'm not an angry person. I gotta tell you the facts though. Because when the president of China came to San Francisco, Gavin Newsom and the mayor, Democratic governor, Democratic mayor, okay, just getting rid of the homeless people. And everybody said, why didn't you do that before? They cleaned up all the boo-boo off the streets. They got rid of all the homeless people because they didn't want to be an embarrassment to China. Do you remember that? I remember that. But where are all, don't cry for me, Argentina. Hit the like button, man. 700 people, that's a record right there. Hit the like button and share, man. Hit the like, share, subscribe, man. Come on, man. When the president, what was his name? Xi Jinping, the president of China, came to San Francisco. Magically, the Democrats got rid of homelessness. Now, why couldn't the Democratic mayor and the Democratic chief of police of Chocolate City do the same thing in Washington, D.C.? Why did they not do the same thing? Can we just be honest? I just want to have an honest debate this morning. Let's have an honest debate this morning. They did not clean up D.C. If they would have, Trump wouldn't have a leg to stand on. You could really be mad at me. Hey, Wilfredo, your timeout wore out? Wilfredo, where you been, man? Wilfredo, I've been to San Francisco. It was a dirty as Republicans describe it. Thank you for coming back. Wilfredo was roasting me. Wilfredo Zelala was roasting me in the chat. I had to put Wilfredo on timeout. I don't know what the topic was, but Wilfredo was roasting me. Wilbert Howard, take a breath. Ooh, Wilbert, you're gonna have to go on timeout, but I'm gonna wait. I'll put you on timeout later. Regional Limitless. I see you, Limitless. I see you, Limitless. 1776. I see you. Mari back in the building. Trump sending martial law to all Democratic states. Now, look, what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about St. Louis. We talked about the crime that we see in D.C. is double in St. Louis. We talked about Milwaukee. We had somebody from Milwaukee in the chat. We had somebody from St. Louis in the chat. I am so happy. My audience is so intelligent. And my audience is being honest and paying attention. Thank you to I thank you guys. It means a lot. Thank you. Yes. And check this out. DC is not the first city. DC is not the first city. DC is actually the second city. So when my audience just said that Trump is going to do this with all Democratic cities, I agree. We said that yesterday because my evidence is DC is not the first city. DC is not the first city. What was the first city, everybody in the chat? What was the first city Trump sent in the National Guard? And everybody started whining and crying. But that city had been taken over by the cartel. Can we talk about it? I don't think people are paying attention. I love the fact that the intelligent people are here on my channel. People are really paying attention. DC is not the first city. Let's have a talk. LA was the first city. Los Angeles, thank you. Thank you. Circus just said it. Signum Circus just said it. Who else just said California? My chat is on the money. My chat, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. My chat is on the money. The mayor of LA was crying. Gavin Newsom was crying. He didn't call me. He didn't call me. He didn't let me know. He didn't call me. Why we got to call you? You know cartel is running LA. You know illegal marijuana is running LA. You know about the illegal counterfeit goods in LA. Why Trump? He the president. Why he got, do y'all remember Gavin Newsom? Trump, he didn't even call me. Trump, the mayor of LA, he didn't even call. He gonna send in the National Guard. We don't need the National, it's my National Guard. LA was first. And we needed it. LA was first and we needed it. Now we doing DC after Big Balls got beat to death. Salute to Big Balls. Salute to Big Balls. Now it's DC. And I said St. Louis gonna be next. I said St. Louis is gonna be next because the crime is out of hand. And if we're honest, they need help. They don't have enough police officers. If we're being honest, Oakland, St. Louis, Milwaukee, they don't have enough police officers because Democrats don't know how to run a city. You got these DEI mayors that don't know how. Dalton mayor, City Girl mayor, just wasting money, not spending money on police off. You got to blame it. The blame goes at the top. The mayor runs the city. The mayor runs the budget. The chief of police run the city and the budget. They are not managing these cities well. They are mismanaging these cities. These Democratic DEI mayors are mismanaging these cities and causing the crime. And then you want to whine when Trump got to come save you. Let me show so in my thumbnail, just to show the incompetency.
The executive order is clear.
Just this morning, because people wonder why Trump had to do it and the failures of DC. So they asked the DC, look at both of these people, the Democratic mayor and the chief of police. They asked, who has the chain of command now? Who's the same thing I asked about the Democratic Party? Who's the leader of the Democratic Party? Who has the chain of command now? Who's in control in DC?
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor? You, or how does it...
What is the chain of command? What does that mean? That's the chief of police. That's the chief of police. Female, both the chief of police, both female and Democratic, and that's who you DEI.
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean? What is the chain of command, ma'am? What does that mean?
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? This is the chief of police. The chief, look, the mayor got to save her.
Command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services in our home rule charter.
Okay. This is the problem with Democrats. Look at Circus. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. How is that DEI? How is that DEI? How is that DEI? Oh my God. Look at him. He look like Destiny Child. It's Destiny Child. Destiny Child is the leadership of DC. You wonder why we got to bring in the National Guard. You wonder why crime is up. You want because Destiny Child is twerking instead of running the country. What are you talking about? Is that DEI? You got Beyonce, Kelly Rowland. I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for this. Cause my body's too booty. They make it easy. They make it easy for me. They make it easy for me. They make it easy for me. I didn't Destiny Child. You look, this Destiny Child. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Destiny Child. Y'all, this is what you want to run the government? I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready. Whoa! You can't make it up, baby. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go back. I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready. Look, this is Destiny Child, bro. Look at 1, 2, 3. Which one is Kelly? Which one is Kelly? Who is Beyonce?
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you?
What does that mean? Who is it? Pam Bondi? Is it the mayor? Is it the chief? Is it the president? Who's in control? Who running the show? Beyonce, Kelly. Can you handle this? I don't think you can handle this. Can you handle this? I don't think you can handle this. I don't think y'all can handle me. Maybe you can't handle me. Maybe you can't handle me, man. You can't handle this podcast. Some people go get offended. It's jokes. I'm a comedian. It's a podcast. I mean, it's funny, but it's not. It's actually not funny. I mean, it's kind of scary, but I mean, if you live there, it's not funny. If you live in DC and this is your leadership, you probably not laughing. If you're in the chat and you live in DC and you got to deal with the crime and you can't go get gas at night, you're not laughing. I mean, then it's not funny if you live in DC. That the chief of police doesn't know the chain of command. That's not funny if you live in DC, right? If the chief of police does not understand the chain of command, can we have a real talk? We had our fun, we laughed, we had our jokes. If the chief of police doesn't understand the chain of command, where are we at? I don't know. I don't know. We had our jokes. But now let's talk. Let's talk. The chief of police doesn't understand the chain of command. Where are we at truly? Where we did the math. I did the math. 700,000 population in DC. 3,000 police officers on any given night. There's only 500 police officers on the street. This is the first place, independent media. Shout out to Miss Perp Tommy for those emojis. This is the first place on independent media where you can truly get a bird's eye view and understand what's happening in DC. This is the first time someone has explained to you truly why we're there, why the National Guard is there, why crime. I'm giving you the numbers. The same thing is happening in Oakland. The same thing is happening in LA. The same thing is happening in St. Louis. The same thing is happening in Milwaukee and Chicago. I gave you the numbers. I got this data from the Oakland mayor, so it was easy for me to research DC. I knew the failure already. I knew DC police was down because all major city police departments are down. I knew DC is struggling with recruiting because all major American cities are struggling with recruiting. The military is struggling with recruiting. They're lowering requirements. The ICE is struggling with recruiting. They just eliminated the age requirement. So we have a lack of presence. So when you hear a report about 30 teenagers running around the Capitol in lawlessness, breaking glass, stealing cars, looting, and you might say, well, why are 30 kids allowed to run around like hoodlums and do whatever they want and commit crime? Today is the first day you've been given an understanding of how this is happening. Democratic policies led to single parent homes. Democratic legislation. Remember, Biden wanted to make being a single mother a job. Biden wanted to make being a single mother a job. I'm sorry, a single parent. I apologize. Make being a single parent a job. Single parent homes lead to these gangs and violence and kids running rampant without supervision on the street. This is what's happening. So Democratic policies support single parent homes. Encourage. Some people in the manosphere, black manosphere, would say Democratic social policies encourage single parent homes, bolster single parent homes. This is what you have in major American Democratic cities. I showed you a report yesterday from St. Louis. St. Louis has double the homicide of DC. St. Louis, and DC is up 40%. St. Louis is going to be next. St. Louis has double the homicide, and they are dealing with similar issues. So we're down officers. We're down 1,000 officers in DC. After defund the police and BLM, they are down 1,000 officers. You can't just get that out of thin air. Do you understand that? That's why Trump sent in the National Guard. Everybody wants to say Trump is a bad guy. Trump sent in the National Guard because American cities have suffered after these democratic protests. See, y'all thought it was fun. The same thing happens in my chat with the trolls. They think it's fun. Defund the police, BLM, all these protests, people dancing and twerking in front of police officers. You know what happened? We lost police. They didn't want to be police. And now we have trouble recruiting police. And now we have crime out of control. So it's a combination of things. This is a gumbo. It's not just the fact you can't just go right to Trump. No. You can't go to Trump and the National Guard. You got to go to how the problem got here. Now, remember, I showed you video 2 years ago when the DC chief was begging for help. And the people of DC was begging for help because they said we don't have enough police officers, and the marijuana laws have created a situation where the teenagers can sell marijuana without a license. And then that generates crime because people rob the marijuana dealers. People rob the people who purchased the marijuana. So police try to arrest, but they can't because the law says you can legally have a certain amount of marijuana on you. And the law says you can legally sell a certain amount of marijuana without a license. This is causing crime. But I didn't hear the Democrats talk to you about this because the Democrats say, oh, legal marijuana, we love legalize it. They don't tell you the truth about how it's affecting the inner city community. So the DC chief is like, look, medical marijuana, I agree with medical marijuana, but in America, if you're going to operate a business, you should have a license and pay taxes. The current legal structure of the marijuana in DC has a little gap that allows for this sale of small increments, and it's crime being generated. A lot of crime being generated around these sales. So what's going on? Look like the chat stopped for a minute or something. Look like the chat stopped for a minute. But let's move on to Nancy Pelosi. So let's move on to Nancy Pelosi. We just chopped it up about DC. Let's move on to Nancy Pelosi. I tell you, man, we predicted so much of this stuff, man. So Nancy Pelosi, breaking news, Pelosi exposed for lying about the deployment of National Guard troops on January 6th. Can you believe this? Now, we talked about this. MAGA, how good you feel, MAGA? Look at this, boy. This is a pluout. my God. Northern California. There's nothing like Northern California, boy. I tell you, you ain't even had nothing like this. This not a plum. I can't even stop eating it. I was just going to take one bite. I was just going to take one bite. I can't even stop. It's better than candy. This ain't a plum. This is a pluot. Flavor bomb. So juicy. Yeah. I apologize because I was only going to eat one bite. I can't even put it down. I kept looking at it. It looked so good. I apologize. I really do. I did not mean to do that. That was rude of me. Oh my God. Flavor bomb. Pluot. Let's go to this tweet. Nancy Pelosi. Donald Trump delayed deployment of the National Guard on J6. Our capital was under violent attack and lives were at stake. Now he is activating the DC Guard to distract from his incompetent mishandling of terrorists, healthcare, education, immigration, just to name a few blunders. Now that's Nancy Pelosi, right? That's Nancy Pelosi today. Trying to get in on her political one too, right? Now look at what the response was from the actual leader on the ground on J6. It says, Chief Stephen Son, ma'am, it is long past time to be honest with the American people. On January 3rd, I requested National Guard assistance, but your Sergeant at Arms denied it. Under federal law, I was prohibited from calling them without specific approval. The same day, Carol Corbett at the Pentagon offered National Guard support, but I was forced to decline because I lacked legal authority. Amen. Finally, former Chief of Capitol Stephen Son, he requested National Guard, but her Sergeant at Arms denied. She must have forgotten about the video. We have
responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
That is not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more. We have responsibility.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the videotape? This just came out today, you guys. You might not even seen this yet. I'm going to play it again. Let me give you a background of what we're watching. So you heard a lot about J6, Donald Trump pardoning 1,500 people. And then you heard a narrative. On my channel, we're counter-narrative. I've been telling you about the liberal social media and how they create these powerful narratives. Malcolm X said the media is the most powerful tool because they can make someone guilty innocent and they can make the innocent guilty. That's what this social media has been powerful in doing for the Democrats and the liberals. They told you a narrative. They told you a story that Donald Trump told people to attack. Donald Trump knew he didn't do that. That's why, number one, that Donald Trump pardoned J6. Donald Trump was the one there. The narrative that the Democrats brought said Donald Trump started the riot. Donald Trump ignited the riot. Donald Trump is president right now. So who's better to say whether or not he did something other than Donald Trump? Donald Trump is saying, I never told, he said that from day one. Shout out to MAGA in the chat. Donald Trump said that from day one, that he is not the one who told people to do anything. That's number one. Number two, what did we learn? The narrative was there was no protection for the Capitol. Where was the National Guard? Where was the protection? Because the police who were in the Capitol said they got overran. Remember, they were crying, we need help, we need help. And they were like, where is the backup? This is the video today. What came out today, what Trump said is Nancy Pelosi blocked the National Guard. Trump said that from the beginning. They tried to put Trump in jail. Do you remember? They wanted to put Trump in jail for J6. That's how they bad. We don't talk enough about how hard the Democrats fought for Trump not to get back in office. So you never understand the truth. They wanted all these lies to become the truth. Do you understand? The Democrats wanted all these lies to become the truth. And they knew everything would blow up if Trump got back in office. People talk about the Epstein files. Do you think if the Democrats had something on Epstein with Trump, you would not know about it? They tried everything. They were terrified of Trump becoming president again. They tried to assassinate Trump 3 times. Trump got shot. Trump was shot in the ear. When Trump got shot in the ear, someone died that day. We don't talk about it. You know why? Because the Democratic liberals run the media. But if this is America, we should be having documentaries, exposés on Donald Trump's rise to presidency, getting through a Russia hoax, getting through Nancy Pelosi's lies, getting through 3 assassination attempts and being shot and still becoming president. Who designed those assassinations? Who was behind? How did these failures occur? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We never discussed who was the head of this, what's it called? The security force that guards the president, the Secret Service. We know that the Congress questioned there was a DEI hire of the Secret Service. You know what I found in my research? That the people protecting Trump was temps. The people protecting Trump, the future president, weren't even actually Secret Service officers. That particular unit farmed out. So remember how everybody was wondering, hey, they don't look right. They're not diving on the president. This don't look like what we saw with Ronald Reagan. Come to find out, that DEI hire, she hired temps. Temps. Did you guys know that? When President Trump got shot and someone was killed, that guy was on the roof. She had hired temps. Secret Service wasn't even guarding our president. This is a reality that we live in. So you heard a narrative. You heard a narrative about J6. And now that narrative is being exposed and debunked because Trump won presidency. And now you get to know the truth. Now you get to know the truth, and now the truth comes out. Not just conjecture, but actual video. Actual video. Nancy Pelosi saying, I have accountability. Nancy Pelosi saying it was my responsibility. And then I back it up with the chief of police documenting that he asked Nancy Pelosi, Sergeant at Arms, for additional support, and they turned him down. And that the DOJ tried to give him additional support. He was not allowed to accept it because of Nancy Pelosi's failure. Why is she still in office? Remember, we talked about she's worth $200 million. How old is Nancy? Let's do some more AI. I love doing the AI research in the middle of the show. How old is Nancy Pelosi? You could do it at home. I don't know what happened to the chat. I don't know what that chat is. I don't know what happened to the chat, but I love you guys. I'm sure you guys going crazy in the chat. How old is Nancy? Because I can't see the chat anymore. Tell me what's going on, y'all, with the chat. How old is Nancy? 85 years old. Nancy Pelosi is 85 years old. Well, how old is Biden? Because Biden had cognitive decline. How old is Joe Biden? Joe Biden is 82. Joe Biden is younger than Nancy Pelosi, but Nancy Pelosi is still in office. Why don't we have honest conversation? Why don't we have honest conversation? Joe Biden is 82. Nancy Pelosi is 85. Is she going to die in office like Dianne Feinstein? Why do the Democrats want to say Donald Trump is a king, but your politicians die in office? Nancy, come on, Dianne Feinstein died in office. Died. That's not democracy. That's not them. I've been calling the Democrats to the carpet on their lack of democracy. Dianne Feinstein died in office. Nancy Pelosi is older than Biden, and Biden had cognitive decline. There's no way in anybody's imagination that Nancy Pelosi should be in office, let alone be the leader of the Democratic Party, because just up until 6 months ago, Nancy Pelosi was the leader of the Democratic Party at 85 years old. So I got to ask, who was really the leader of the Democratic Party? Who really was calling the shot? Because it wasn't Nancy Pelosi. I don't think no one is telling you guys this. No one is telling you guys. Let's look at this video again. Let's look at this video. It's so important. This video just came out. Nancy Pelosi admitting her failures on Jay. So are you going to prosecute her? Jasmine Crockett, AOC, are you going to prosecute? Are you going to prosecute her? 85 years old, 200 million. She can't even spend the $200 million. She can't even spend the $200 million. Why is Nancy Pelosi still in office? Where did she get the $200 million? Is she going to be allowed to die in office? Like Dianne Feinstein. Democrats, your Democrats are just Jasmine Crockett on every channel with $1 million makeup, $1 million hotel, private jets. Who's paying for Jasmine Crockett's celebrity status? Who's paying for AOC $1 million makeup, $1 million looks? Who's paying for AOC's celebrity status? It's you. It's you, taxpayer. You paying for this circus, this political circus. You paying for it.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient
There
resources.
was not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
I take responsibility. First time you heard these words. They trying to put people in jail. 1,500 people went to prison.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on.
No accountability. And we should have. No accountability, and we should have.
You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient
There
resources.
was not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more.
There you go.
We have responsibility.
There you go. That's it. Great show. Nancy Pelosi taking responsibility. Chief of Police of D.C. not knowing or understanding the chain of command. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I don't know what happened to the chat. I don't know. Let me go see if I'm still live. I don't even know if I'm still live. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. I don't know what happened to the chat though. Chat was going crazy. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, the chat going on. I can't see you on the phone. I see the chat now. But can't see it on the, y'all probably been roasting me. Y'all probably been roasting me too. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat, man. I don't know what happened to the phone. The phone be tripping sometimes, but the chat stopped moving on the phone. But y'all still going, man. Too Strong for Life said you have absolutely no case here. So Too Strong, what is this even proving? That Nancy Pelosi, let me read it again. Let me read it again. You didn't get the whole thing, because some people on here, we want to be right so bad. So here it is. This tweet was today. Nancy Pelosi tweeted this today. Donald Trump delayed deploying the National Guard on January 6th. This is the narrative that we heard from day one. This is Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats' spin. It's called political spin. Can you hear me? Too strong for life. It's called political spin. They start the spin cycle. They put you in a spin cycle to where you don't know up or down, right or left. That's why it's called political spin. They put out so many different narratives and so many different stories that you go anywhere in the chat, you don't know what you're talking about. To be honest, you've been put in the spin cycle. You've been turned around, flipped around, upside down. That's why you don't have any idea what's going on, and you're not coherently following the conversation. A lot of people in the chat are just not you. Just not you. Just not you. You have an inability to follow the chat. You have an inability to follow this message. And it is not the messenger. It is you. It is you, Too Strong for Life, because the brain in your muscle has not been developed like your biceps. Let's deal with the facts here. This is a narrative that was spun by the Democratic leadership. At the time, Nancy Pelosi was leader of the House. Nancy Pelosi was leader of the Democrats, in the narrative that she spun before the video that's released today, I'm going to play it again, is that Donald Trump delayed deploying the National Guard. This is what she said today. But we have video. But we have video. But we have video. Donald Trump delayed deploying the National Guard. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Donald Trump.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that
Oh man, come on.
should we call the Capitol Police, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
They thought that they had sufficient
That
resources.
is not a question of how they have been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more. We have.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility. But in the tweet for her base, that red meat for the Democratic base, you know, the Democrats who like to burn up Teslas. You know, the Democrats that like to break windows and throw bricks. You know, the Democrats that like to protest. She needs some red meat for them Democrats. So in the tweet, this is today, bro. That video is old video from the actual day. But in today, she's still blaming Trump, even though she's on tape saying it's my fault. Now let's go to the chief. Let's go to the chief. The chief said, ma'am, it's long past time to be honest with the American people. On January 3rd, I requested National Guard assistance, but your sergeant at arms denied it. Under federal law, I was prohibited from calling them in without specific approval. The same day, Carol Corbin at the Pentagon offered National Guard support, but I was forced to decline because I lacked authority. Authority from who, Chief? Authority from who, Chief? Authority from who, Chief? Authority from Nancy Pelosi. But Nancy Pelosi tweeted today that Trump was at to blame. But the chief said the authority didn't come from Trump. The authority came from Nancy Pelosi, and she admitted it on video. That's what I'm talking about. Pay attention. We ain't playing around. Pay attention. Pay attention, and you need to pay a fine and pay a fee. Pay a fine and pay a fee. Pay a fine and pay a fee. Hit the super chat. Hit the Cash App. $ Big D Rams. Hit the like, double tap, share, and subscribe. Join the channel for $2. It's August. It's getting hot in here. Heat wave. I got a summer special going on right now. $2 holla. Join the channel right now for $2. Get access to special emojis. Man, get access to badges. Hold on. Get access to special emojis. Get access to badges. I've been going in, the chat been going in, and I haven't. See, you guys, and then YouTube don't do its job. YouTube ain't doing their job. And then some people are so vulgar, they turn off people from watching. I mean, they keep saying such vulgar things in the chat. You're messing with the show. People from watching. You're messing with the show, being so vulgar. So, and then I don't have moderators because it's difficult having moderators because people are not loyal. Shout out to Ozzy Crosby, Too Strong. I was going to say that you were playing dumb, but you're not playing. Thank you. So we got to get these people up out of here. Yeah, man, because they ruining the vibe. They ruining the vibe, man. People trying to enjoy the show. People trying to enjoy the show, and they ruining the vibe of the show. They need to go find a job. Go get a job, bro. All right. I believe it. I believe it, Ozzy. I see your comment. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Today, man, I'm telling you, we fighting today. We are fighting today. It is a fight today, but I am prepared for battle. I am prepared for battle. Miss Perfect Timing said, yes, Chris. Anderson, haters gonna hate, trolls gonna troll. That's right, baby. That's why I'm doing my job, man. We getting them up out of here. We getting them up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So people can enjoy the show, man. So people can enjoy it. I know, because my audience skews a little bit older. I do my analytics. My audience is like over 30. And, you know, they don't know what trolling is. And I mean, 70% of the people who watch me is over the age of 30 and 40. And I don't think they appreciate the guys in the chat, the people in the chat acting like idiots. I'm going to be straight up. So if you don't know how to debate, if y'all don't know how to debate, you're not going to be allowed here, because my audience, we got older people, intelligent people, you know, voters, retired people, and, you know, we're not going to go for the BS because they don't appreciate that. My audience are intelligent, older, American. You know, some of them might be Democrats, some of them might be Republican. Everybody who watches doesn't agree with me, but I know they don't appreciate just the idiocy in the chat. You know, people appreciate the disagreements. When you have an intelligent disagreement, then people appreciate that. 42 here, I can appreciate a good troll. Let me go ahead and get you up out of here. Go ahead. You could appreciate it somewhere else. You could appreciate it somewhere else. I appreciate a good troll. Thank you for telling me that. Goodbye. AK say block his ass. You know what I'm saying? Get him up out of here. I appreciate a good troll. Thank you for telling me. Goodbye. Get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You hear me talking to you saying my audience does not appreciate a good troll. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna jump in with the idiocy. Like, I'm gonna reward you for being an idiot. No, you're not being rewarded. I'm a grown adult. I don't reward idiots. I tell my wife all the time about a situation with one of my bosses, Dr. Delmage, and he went to Japan. I scheduled his flight to Japan. He gave me an assignment. When he came back from Japan, I did not complete the assignment because I needed further instruction. Now, Dr. Delmage had always trusted me. I've always came through for him, and I performed at a high level, which is why he gave me the assignment. When he came back, he was disappointed in me. He said, Dennis, Did you complete the assignment that I gave you? What I said to Dr. Delmaz is I needed further instructions like this last time because he's giving me things above my pay grade, but he's elevating me as an employee, as a person. He saw me as a young, hotshot corporate guy, and he wanted me to be better. So he gave me assignments that was above my pay grade and out of my job description, right? But I would need help from time to time. When he came back from Japan, he said, Dennis, did you complete that assignment? I tried to contact him in Japan. He knew that, but he was busy, so he couldn't get to me. I said, no, doctor, I was not able to complete that assignment. And he was disappointed. You know what he said? He said, Dennis, next time, he said, what did you get done? Because this is what he understood. He knew he gave me an assignment that I could not complete because it was out of my purview. He knew he needed to instruct me on certain aspects of it. But when he asked me, I wasn't prepared for this. I'm in my 20s. He said, Dennis, what have you completed? I didn't want to make a mistake. So I said, I didn't do anything yet. And Dr. Delmaz said, next time, error on the side of doing. You know, it was years before I understood what that meant. There are going to be idiots in my chat who don't get it. And because that vernacular and that speech wasn't something I was used to hearing. Someone talked to me in that way with that vernacular. He said, Dennis, next time, error, E-R-R-O-R, error. Dennis, next time, error. If you're going to make a mistake, if you're going to fuck up on the side of doing. Don't fuck up and don't do shit. So you came back, you didn't do what I asked you to do, and you didn't do anything. But I'm paying you. You're at work. You're making money, and you didn't do anything. Next time, error on the side of doing. I was confused. I was confused about error. I was confused about on the side of doing. I didn't understand anything. It was a very short, concise sentence. Very short, very concise. It said it was like a book. It was like a book in a few words. It was like, I kept it for the rest of my corporate life. It led me to get promoted and make over 107, make me over 6 figures a year. I kept that lesson from Dr. Delmaz. Error on this is God bringing this up because what Nancy Pelosi admitted in that video is that Nancy Pelosi should have erred on the side of doing. She did nothing on J6. That's what's coming out today. That video shows it. And she can admit it because she's wise enough to understand the lesson that I learned from Dr. Delmaz. Next time, Nancy Pelosi, error on the side of doing. You did nothing. And you want to blame Trump for what went down on J6, but you were the head of the Democratic Party. You were the head of the House. You were the buck stops with you. And the chief at arms said the power to deploy the National Guard was with Nancy Pelosi. And she didn't give it up. You understand? He could not accept help, even if Trump wanted it. Nancy Pelosi was the buck that stopped everything. The video came out today. And she didn't do anything. You hear what she said? They want me to do something now. Why wasn't the National Guard already there? Nancy Pelosi, error on the side of doing. I thought I got rid of all the trolls. There's still a troll in here. I gotta get me, we're gonna have a show where we get a moderator. We're gonna have to have a moderator show. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna do a member only live. I gotta get a couple more members. And then we're gonna do a members only live, and we're gonna get some moderators. Because when people come in with the racism and the things where they're not just actually saying like, where they're not just like giving us commentary or disagreement, I need my moderators to go ahead and just ban them from the show so that everybody can have fun, so we can have fun and enjoy the content. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have a moderator show. We're going to have a moderator show with the members only. We're going to do a members only live stream. Susan, thank you for becoming a member. Susan, thank you for becoming a member with that $2 holla summer special. Now you got access to special badges, special emojis. You can use emojis that nobody else got. I worked hard. I created emojis just for my members. You're going to get special access to member-only videos, early access, You're going to see my family, my wife, my kids. So you're going to see like, you know, vlogs, IRLs of me and the kids and the family going out. So membership has its benefits, man. Membership has its benefits. Thank you, Susan, for joining the channel, man. Oh, somebody else, man. Parharsh Johnny. Y'all want to be moderators? Y'all want to be moderators? Thank you for joining the channel. Like, share, subscribe, man. Now you got access to special emojis. You can gift out memberships. Little BV, new here, still confused about the conversation. Well, thank you for coming in, man. This is a conservative leaning channel. We do Trump news, giving Democrats the boo-hoo-hoo blues. But really, when I say conservative leaning channel, Ozzy Cosby said, I moderate on multiple channels, but I don't usually kick them unless they start with their A647 BS or something like that, you know? Yeah, I want the disagreement, Ozzy, but people putting watermelons, that's offensive to people watching. Because I'm from Northern California. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of mixed couples here. That's offensive to white people and black people. When somebody put watermelons in the chat, people might just not watch because they might think I condone that type of comment. You know what I'm saying? You could say you could disagree with the content, but when you start putting watermelons in the chat, you got to go because that's offensive to everybody. People who agree and people who disagree. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is, man. The watermelons in the chat, not cool, bro. And I'm surprised YouTube allows that level of blatant racism. Man, and here we go with the watermelons. It's like teenagers, but I thank you. You think I'm gonna get upset? I thank you. You are helping me. This is what the police are doing in 2025. Criminals keep posting. The police don't even got a patrol no more. The police just look at the computer and find the criminals. So thank you for putting those. Anybody else want to put a watermelon in the chat? The dumbest criminals of all time. Oh man. Somebody said, am I condoning PDF? I think they just like saying that. You gotta go. You gotta go. I think they just like saying that because we're not even talking about that right now. We're not even talking about that. So I think they just want to get me in trouble. They just want they want to put anything that's weird in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about that. Johnny said, first time here. I'm not a conservative, but I don't like to call myself an absolute liberal either. I was drawn by your idea of a genuine, intelligent conversation. Thank you. So when I say, I believe in make America great again. And when I say make America great again, I mean make the house great again. America, just like you, Johnny, just like Ozzy Cosby, we all are from different backgrounds. We all from different religions. Think about how great and special America is, that we could all be brothers. We could all be brothers. We could all be friends. We could all fight. Our children could join the same army to support and fight this country. Think about how great this is. We could be different religion. We could be different race. We could be different sex. We could be different genders. And we could still be family. We could still support each other and have the better of the house. You know what else, Johnny? You know what else is so great about this channel and what I believe, Johnny? We could disagree. We can disagree. And the goal in a two-party system, see, this is the greatest country in the world, and the founders were the greatest men who ever created a document, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution ever, because they were leaving a monarchy. They didn't want mono rule. They didn't want one school of thought. And they thought profusely, how do we stop monarchy? How do we stop one school of thought? So they came up with the greatest system to ever be created in the globe. And you have a Senate, you have a House, you have a president, you have a SCOTUS, you have a Supreme Court. It's called checks and balance. It's called checks and balance. Within the House, we have two parties. I call it a House on purpose. You can call it the Congress, but I'm using the analogy of House. They call it a House. It's called the House of Representatives. The House. Why is it important? Why do I emphasize House? Because a house is where a family dwells. And within the family, we may have disagreement. You understand? In the family, you have male, female, young, old, different, everybody different in the family, but we are still family. And even though we disagree, the goal of the family is to protect. We must protect this house. Do you understand? Kitchen table politics. See, the Democrats, they want to burn. They want to protest. The Democrats, I truly believe the Democrats are the monarchy, because the Democrats don't understand the two-party system where we're supposed to disagree and we'll come to consensus for the better of the house. See, the Democrats, if they don't get their way, they want to burn up a Tesla. The Democrats burnt up Teslas. The Democrats burnt up Tesla dealerships. Dangerous. These cars got batteries, electric cars. People could have gotten hurt. Democrats want to throw bricks. Democrats want to loot. All because you disagree with a Democrat. Can we come to consensus? Can we agree to disagree? Can we make a decision that's the best for the House? But the Democrats took away democracy. The Democrats take away your decision. The Democrats said you have to take Kamala Harris. If you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you're a racist. Kamala Harris is a black woman. She is. I'm black. I didn't know she was black. Kamala Harris is a black woman. Okay, she's black. Just like Trump said, she's black today. I don't care. She want to be black. She could be black. She's black. I didn't know she was black. She's black. Okay, Kamala Harris is black. So what? But then the Democrats said, and Obama. Remember Obama? You don't want me to get Michelle. You don't want me to get Michelle. You don't want me. Black men don't want black women to be in charge. Black men, you don't want me to get Michelle. I'll get Michelle on you if you don't vote for Kamala, because your mama black. Your mama black. What about the policy? What about the policy? What about the agenda? What about the border czar? What about the 20 million people who came here? What about the billions in hotels? What about the $15,000 a month EBT to immigrants who came here? What about all of that? What about cognitive decline? What about what the fuck she said in the Ukraine that led to a goddamn conflict with proliferating NATO? What about policy? What about her ability and effectiveness to goddamn be the president? No. If you don't vote for Kamala, you racist. I'm talking to Johnny. Johnny is like an Indian name, right? I don't even know how to say the first. How did you feel about Kamala saying she was black and not Indian? You probably didn't give a fuck. So what? She black. But then they said to you, if you don't vote for her, you racist. That don't sound like democracy. That don't sound like democracy. That don't sound like free and fair. That don't sound like the people picking what they want that's best for the people. It sounds like fear. It sounds like a fear tactic. And the Democrats are so good at that. If you don't vote for Kamala, you racist. Your mama black. What's wrong? You see the watermelons in the chat? You see how they call me all type of names? That's what they did to get her. They thought that would work. They thought that would work. They thought that would work. People in the chat, they think that's going to hurt my feelings. The watermelon. They thought that would work. I know my mama black, but Kamala can't be president. No, she can't be president. And yes, I know my mama black. And my mama would want somebody qualified too. This channel is about the house. This channel is about making America great again. Black people, white people, Indian people, purple people, whatever gender, whatever sex, whatever religion, because America is so great. Isn't America so great? It's the greatest place. No matter what sex, no matter what gender, no matter what race, we all brothers, we all family. Guess what? We're all American. Ain't that awesome? I wish the Democrats would be honest and tell you how awesome it is, how powerful it is that everybody comes here. Everybody comes here. We all get along. We all go to Walmart. If you go to Walmart after the show, you're going to see everybody in Walmart. You're going to see Indian people. You're going to see Mexican people. You're going to see black people. We're all at Walmart. We're all buying milk. No one is saying you can't buy milk because you're Muslim. No one is saying there's Christian milk, there's Catholic milk. It's not like that everywhere. America is a great country. America is an awesome country. Everybody goes to Walmart. Everybody buys milk for the same price. You know, in Israel, it's not like that. Everybody goes to Walmart. Everybody pays the same price. You don't know how powerful that is. Everybody pays the same price. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. You know, Democrats might say, you know, rich people should pay more for milk because they have money. That's not Democrat logic. No, it's not American. In American, everybody pays the same price. That's the magic. That's the magic. Everybody pays the same price. Muslim, Christian, Catholic, black, white, girl, boy, everybody pays the same price. That's the magic of America. They can't charge you. If I'm a black man, I go buy my Jordans and they see I'm black, they can't say, the price say 150, I pay 150. You can't change the price to 175. If you're a white man, you want to buy those Jordans and the box say 150, you pay 150. It don't matter if you even American. If you came over here under Biden and you walk into Nike to buy Jordans, they don't ask you for your ID to make sure you American. If the box say 150, you pay 150. Did you guys hear me? If you came here under Biden and you don't got an American citizenship and you walk into Nike to buy a $150 pair of Jordans and you have 150 USD, guess how much you pay? You pay 150. You pay 150. Only in America. Only in America. Thank you guys for watching. I got 2 new members today, you guys. Thank you to Susan and Johnny. Thank you to Ozzy for moderating the chat. We didn't get no super chats today, but thank you to everybody who watched. And we reached a record today. We got 700 people watching. That's a new record for the channel. Clap it up for that. So supporters in the house, subscribers in the house, moderators in the house. Thank you, everybody. I love you. If you didn't know, I'm a little bit under the weather today. My son is sick. I'm sick. But I still wanted to give you guys a great show. So I want to say thank God for giving me the power and ability to show up and show out for you today. I want you guys to be blessed. Those who pay attention and listen to the message, pray that you are blessed. MAGA strong. Cover and bless our president. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Top of the mid-morning podcast. My name is Perfect around 11 a.m. I was a little late today. I came in right before noon, but that seemed like a good time. We got 700 people watching. So we might do 11:30 tomorrow, 11:45, but it's around the same time. But what you need to do is when you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit the notification bell and it'll let you know when I'm live so you don't be late. And then when you subscribe, $2. $2 for that summer membership, $2 holla. You get special emojis. You get access to badges. You can gift out memberships. you know, and you see how the chat be fired up. The reason I created the $2 membership, a lot of people in the chat, oh, he's begging for money. This is YouTube. It's an interactive, it's fun. I'm having fun. The people who are here who participate, they're having fun. So I created a $2 membership because you get to get special emojis and a lot of privileges that regular people in the chat don't get. So I noticed how much fun people are having in the chat. So just to make it more, YouTube created this because YouTube understood, hey man, if you're having a good podcast, people want to interact with you. Create a membership, give them emojis, and then they can do more in the chat and it'll be more fun for everybody. That's why we created the $2 membership. A lot of haters will say, he wants money. Man, it's to have fun. It's $2 for a month. It's like 2 cents a day. Remember those old commercials? For 2 cents a day, it's $2 for a month, $2 for 30 days. It's maybe not even 2 cents a day. You know what I'm saying? For 2 cents a day, you get access to special emojis. You know what I'm saying? It's $2 for a month, bro. It's $2 for a month. You don't got 2 cents a day. 2 cents a day, you know what I'm saying, to have fun when you watch the show. So, salute, man. I love you guys. Have a great day.